Hello, in this video I will do a quiz on the areas between curves. So this will be a quiz, and the quiz says find the area of the region that is enclosed by the curves y equals x squared and y equals x plus 6. So what I would do, they don't tell us the boundaries uh, or your domain, so I would find the boundaries. So first step is find the boundaries or point of intersection. By setting the equation to each other. Okay, so that's what I would first do, set the equation to each other. Okay, the next step is I have to get one side 0, so I'm gonna move everything to the left. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is factor this out. Okay, so what two numbers multiply -6? I'm gonna add, it gives you -1. That would be 3 and 2, and that would be -3 and +2. Okay, when you actually solve for it, you get x equals 3 and x equals -2. Okay, so now you know your boundaries. Our lower limit is -2 and our upper boundary is 3. So now what I would do is draw a graph. Draw a good graph. Better, the more detailed, better. So you can put this in Desmos if you're allowed to use a calculator. You can, it's not, these aren't too hard to graph, right? Y equals x squared, we know that looks like a parabola. And y equals x plus 6, we know that is a linear. And it has a y-intercept of 6. It would look something like that. So you could simply put the Desmos. You can also make a table. That's what I'm going to do. Um, so here's my table. Okay, so we'll use x here, and then our first function is the y equals x squared, so we'll put x squared there. And then our second function is the linear line, which is x plus 6. Okay, if you look at our boundaries, our lower boundary is -2, and our upper boundary is +3. So you could start with the x value -2. You can't go any lower than -2. And then maybe we could go to +3. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and +3. Okay. So let's go ahead and plug these values. So if you plug in -2 into this function, you get an output of 4. If you plug in -2 here, this would be +4. You plug in -1, you get +1. You plug in 1 here, 1 plus 6. Now, I mean, -1 plus 6 is +5. Plug in, this would be 0. This would be +5. +6, excuse me. This would be +1, +7. This would be 4, 8. And then if you put 3 here, this would be 9, and then this would be 9. So if you want, you can write these as coordinates. So for example, the function y equals x squared, your coordinates are going to be -2, 4, -1, +1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. Okay. The second function is a linear line, which is y equals x plus 6. And your coordinates are going to be -2, +4, -1, +5, 0,6, 1,7, 2,8, and 3,9. Okay, so you just plot these points if you like, and you'll get your two graphs, and we got it. Then we'll determine if we're gonna if the height isn't is it better to take it in respect to x or take it in respect to y. So let's go ahead and draw it, our line. Okay, so my x values are 3. And our highest y value looks like is at 9. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot these points. So -2, +4. Wait, let me choose to separate. Let's use what color, which font should I use? Let's use gold for the y equals x squared. Okay, so -2, 4 is right here. -1, +1 is right there. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay, connect the dots. Okay, so this graph is y equals x squared. Now let's use color. Let's use bronze for the linear line. Y equals x plus 6. So -2, +4 is right here. -1, +5 right there. 6, 7, 2.8. Okay. So you tell me, do you think it's best to should we make our rectangles vertical or horizontal? Yeah, I think it is best to draw triangle vertical. So let's go back to the ocean font. Yeah, it's best to put it vertical, not horizontal. So your area is going to be from smaller boundaries -2, upper boundaries +3. So your height, if we're going vertical or on the everything is in terms of x, it's going to be the top minus the bottom. Okay, so the top, believe it or not, is the bronze one. It's the linear line. So it's going to be x plus 6 minus the bottom, which is technically the parabola, x squared dx. So our width, yeah, your width is the dx. Okay, so it would be kind of clean this up. So this is going to be x plus 6 minus x squared dx. Okay, so let's take now how do we take the integral of this? You just take it individually. So the integral of x is 1/2 x squared. The integral of 6 is 6x. The integral of negative x squared is negative 1/3 x cubed. Okay, so then we just apply our boundaries. So it's going to be -2 to +3, and then do the upper minus the lower. So area equals 1/2 3 squared plus 6 times 3 minus 1/3 3 to the third minus bracket, and then do the lower boundary. Okay, so kind of clean this up. 3 squared is 9 times 1/2 is 9/2. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 to the third is 27 times by -1/3 is -27/3. Minus bracket. -2 squared is 4/2. 6 times 2 is -12. -2/3 is -8 times -1 is +8/3. Is there any, can we simplify any of these? Yes, 9/2, and then -27/3 is -9. 4 divided by 2 is 2 minus 12 plus 8/3. Okay, so this is going to be 9/2, and then 18 minus 9 is 9. Minus 2 minus 12 is -10 plus 8/3. This is minus 2 times 2 is 18. This is 3. 3 times 18 is -30. -30 plus 8 is -22 for 8. Okay, so 18 plus 9 is 27/2 minus -22. 2 negatives becomes a positive, so that is 27/2 plus 22/8. And then your LCD is, whoops, this, why did I put an 8 here? This should be a 3. Okay, so the LCD would be 6. 27 times 3 is 81, plus 22 times 2 is 44. So that is 125 over 6. And that's it. It can't be reduced, so that is your final answer. Your area is 125 over 6. And it's positive, so we know we did it correct. Okay, so this is a quiz on area under two curves.